Still edible. Framing the view. It's still there.
Smash that like button. Woo!
Like and subscribe.
When it's time to go, it's time to go. Sure, initially it'll be a bit cooler outside, but temperature's due to go up today. Whew. Coming out 7 in the morning. Nobody here. And the castle is still there. Leaving Ribeauville. This is where we leave the town and have a day of going up. There's an old telegraph line, but it's just above your head and goes down. Right. After an hour and a half of climbing, I'm going to sit down. This is where we come up to. It's about a 400 metre up. Whew, good morning. Day 11. Just done a 1.5 hour constant up. Oh, that's tough. Yeah, day 10. Day 10 was my rest day. Took 2.5 hours to get down into the town. It's a beautiful town, Ribeauville. Just rested, really. Did some chores. Actually watched a bit of a World Cup match. But when I got to my hotel room at midday, I lay on the bed and fell asleep for 2 hours. So today, it's a funny day today because a lot of it is just going up, back up into the mountain. It's a long, long up. But after 22 kilometers, there's a shelter that everyone seems to be staying at. And the reason is, for the 20 kilometers after that, you're not allowed to pitch your tent or stop. So you're either going to do a 40k day plus, or a 22 and then the following day do a big day. So everybody is, I think, stopping at that shelter. But yeah, let's see where the rest of the day takes us. Not much moisture overnight. But this fella slowly making his way across the path. Whew. Another push up. And you come out onto a logging road. Long section. Steadily up. Whew. I reached the top and it's in the rock. 9:38. Woo! The sun is up. A really nice bench, but I can't work out why there'll be a bench here. So unless it's another col and a resting place. A little bit of clambering over rocks. To find they have a little staircase. When I walk, I don't use headphones because I like to hear the wind, the birds, sound of my feet. But it does mean that your mind is constantly churning. And one of the things I always return to is distance and time. You do these calculations at the beginning of the day and you think, yeah, if I average this, I'll be able to finish by 3 o'clock. Then you get on trail and you think, oh no, actually, if I go a bit faster, you can't go faster. You can't change the distance. You can't change time. What it is what it is. And your thought you might get somewhere at 3 o'clock, lo and behold, you get there at 3:30 or 3:45. You can't cheat time and you can't cheat distance. And then, slightly weird, you just pop out of the woods, literally, you're right on top of this little village. Very small village, but it does have a water stop, so that's what I'm going to use. Seriously, you take every opportunity you can. This is a little bar. Cutting grass and turning grass. I think most of what they had is cattle. Perfectly framing the view. All that grass needs somebody to eat it. And it's you guys. Bonjour. I can see a hut coming into view. Oh, I'm going to stop for lunch. And here it is, Pied de Trois Bains. Cool inside. So I'll have my lunch here. After 4 days, camembert gets a bit gooey. Still edible. This shelter has got a mezzanine floor. You could probably get 3 or 4 people up there. These are the first cross-country skiing signs I've seen. I assumed there'd be lots of routes up here, but there you go. Almost 1,100 meters. I think we started about 300, but it is what it is. And here we are, 1,100 meters. That's why some of these paths are pretty big, pretty wide. This one, a bit higher and windy. Woo! Here's the view from the top. And from the top, we go down to the shelter in the saddle, I suppose, which hopefully has got some tent spots. So I'm outside the huge shelter. There are people on day walks coming up and using the tables, but it's a little bit frustrating. It's the middle of the day, it's sort of almost 2 o'clock. I could walk for another 4 or 5 hours, I feel really good. But the next section where you're not allowed to bivouac is 26 kilometers. And I've contacted 3 different gîtes and other establishments. They're all packed, which might make sense because it is Saturday. So I'm just going to have to stay here and then tomorrow do a much bigger day. That's the way it goes. So it's pretty smoky down here. Upstairs, quite a place. This shelter and everything is very busy. Lots of people. Lunchtime and then they go. I was wondering why all these people coming up didn't look tired or sweaty or anything. It's 200 yards and there's a car park. There you go. So I decided not to stay where I was for a couple of hours, and I've walked on another 4 kilometers, and I knocked on the door of this fantastic Club Vosgien place. There's almost nobody here. Can I camp? Yes, you can. Does it cost? No, it doesn't. So that's what I'm going to do. So this is the albergue, and I'm staying down the end there. Lemon rice and tuna.
Smash that like button. Woo!
Like and subscribe.